Two of my favorite devices from the S20 series are the S20 Plus and the S20 FE. The S20 Plus was released in the beginning of 2020 alongside the regular S20 and the S20 Ultra. The FE was released in the fall of 2020 with a much cheaper price than the others. The prices of both devices have fallen a lot, however, and nowadays they are almost identical. In this video I am going to tell you if these phones are still worth it and which is better for usage in 2024. When it comes to the build quality, the S20 Plus is the winner. That's because it has a glass back while the back of the S20 FE is plastic. The S20 Plus feels very premium, and combined with the aluminum sides it looks and feels amazing. The sides on the S20 FE are also aluminum, but it doesn't feel that good because of its plastic back. Also, if we look them at the front, the S20 Plus has slimmer bezels all around while they are very pronounced on the S20 FE. The former has curved sides on both sides while the latter has a flat front panel. Both devices are also IP68 water and dust resistant. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus has a 6.7-inch display while the S20 FE has a slightly smaller 6.5-inch display. Both panels are OLED, but display on the S20 Plus is QHD while on the FE is Full HD. They are 120 Hz, but when enabling this feature the S20 Plus switches to Full HD, matching with the S20 FE. The displays on these devices are still awesome. They are very sharp, have vibrant colors, and they get very bright. Like I said earlier, the S20 Plus has smaller bezels, that's why I would pick it over the S20 FE. Both devices run perfectly Android 13 and both run flawlessly through the UI. Because of the 120 Hz refresh rate, these devices are very smooth and I never had any lag with them. Performance between these two phones is very similar, even though when testing them side by side the S20 FE is a little bit faster. They are still good even in 2024. They can handle everyday tasks and even heavy games. Both these devices have 8 GB and I never needed more. The base storage of these devices is 128 GB, and if you need more, they do also support external storage. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus has a 12-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 64-megapixel telephoto camera with a 3x hybrid zoom. The S20 FE has the same main and ultra-wide camera found on the S20 Plus. Only the telephoto camera is different. On the FE it is an 8-megapixel telephoto camera with a 3x optical zoom instead of the hybrid zoom found on the S20 Plus. Pictures taken with the main cameras on both phones are great. They are very sharp with vivid colors and excellent dynamic range. The results with their ultra-wide cameras are also almost identical and they are great too. With the telephoto cameras, however, I prefer the one found on the S20 FE since it doesn't crop in to achieve that zoom range. All of their cameras support night mode, so the results are great even in low light. The S20 FE switches easier to its telephoto camera even in low light, while it is almost impossible to take zoomed-in pictures using the telephoto camera of the S20 Plus. On the front the S20 has a 10-megapixel camera while the S20 FE has a 32-megapixel camera. My skin color looks more natural on the S20 Plus, but the S20 FE is sharper and sometimes it over-sharpens the pictures too much. They are identical even when shooting videos at 4K. Videos are sharp with great dynamic range and good stabilization. The S20 Plus can shoot videos up to 8K, but honestly videos are terrible at this resolution. Both the S20 Plus and the S20 FE have stereo speakers tuned by AKG. They are very loud, even though at highest volume the S20 FE isn't as clear as the S20 Plus. The headphone jack isn't present on any of these phones. The battery capacity on both devices is 4,500 mAh, but in 2024 battery life on them isn't as good. The S20 Plus lasts me around afternoon while I can stretch the FE till evening, but considering that I used to get easily through a day with a single charge when I first got them, I don't consider battery to be as decent anymore. Also, when it comes to charging they aren't as fast since they only top at 25 watts. For security both devices rely on an in-display fingerprint scanner. On the S20 Plus it is ultrasonic while on the S20 FE it is just optical. The fingerprint scanner on the S20 Plus works for me every time. It is very fast and reliable. On the S20 FE it isn't as fast, even though it isn't as slow as the ones found on the A series. I do also prefer the position of the scanner on the S20 Plus. They do also have face unlock and it works perfectly on both devices. In 2024 these phones are priced around $200 to $250, and in my opinion, if you get them at these prices, they offer an amazing value for money. While personally I lean more towards the S20 Plus since it looks a bit more modern, I can't deny that the S20 FE is also just as good. Although these phones are more than 3 years old, I think they can still perform good for one more year or two, but you should know that they won't receive any more major updates. While people have some issues with green screen on the S20 Plus, I haven't had any problems so far and my experience has been great. Thank you for watching and please consider subscribing to my channel.